what is Def Jam? What is this about?
So Def Jam is, I followed an Israeli immigrant teen through 3 years of high school, and she, am I buzzing here?
No, close is better, yeah.
Okay, so she goes to a high school in Queens. Anyway, so I followed her through this poetry program that is not the norm in the States, unfortunately. So she had this opportunity to get involved in this intensive poetry program, and she is a very brave soul. She tries to compete in the spoken word slam scene, which is quite vibrant in the States. There's a national competition every year, and teams from every state congregate in a different city every year. So anyway, so she tries to break into that scene, and she hits a wall, and she ends up collaborating with this is kind of coincidental, she ends up collaborating with a Palestinian spoken word artist.
So how did you encounter this phenomenon of sign language poetry, and when did you first hear about it?
The short answer is that I have a dance background, and I started off as an experimental dance filmmaker, and I made a short. It won several awards, and I had made like a cine dance poem, but I was still choreographing, so it was combining sign language, poetry, dance, and I started teaching video to deaf high school kids. And that's when I really started to find out about this whole kind of underground poetry scene.
She's extremely fascinating, and not only what she does, but how she approaches this. How did your relationship grow through the filmmaking? It was over several years, so.
The film took 10 years to make, but the actual shooting part lasted for 4 years, concentrated for 4 years, and then a little bit of what you would call pickup shots and other extra shooting 2 years after that.
So how did your relationship grow through these 10 years?
With her specifically?
Yeah.
Well, I think in any kind of situation like that, you get close to your subject. So, but we're in contact all the time because I should just say, she's illegal in the States, and she can't travel without jeopardizing being deported. So now that this film is out, she's been invited to some festivals, but she can only go to the ones that she can travel to by car or drive to.
Could the film jeopardize her situation?
Well, it's been on television already, and we had long conversations about whether she was comfortable with that. I should also say that a lot of traditional docs, you go into someone's home to film, and in this case I did not, because her parents, they didn't get their green card until last year, so I couldn't. But in actuality, for these kids, their home is really at school, because a lot of them are born into hearing families, and so the place to communicate is at school.
We're glad that you're here to show your film, and we're really glad that you took your time to come here and talk to us.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. This is really thrilling.
So thank you
for
being here, and good luck with
your
your film.
Right?
No.